What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So you saw the title and the thumbnail. We're talking about some previously hyped clone Middle Eastern fragrances, and are they still worth grabbing here in 2026? And I would say all of these are a yes, hence why I'm going to feature them. Some are favorites, some are all-time greats, and some just kind of get shoved to the side because we're constantly getting bombarded with the latest and the greatest, and the latest and the greatest isn't always the greatest. And there's links down below if you want to check any of these 10 out. Let's dive into them. Stay tuned.
Back again, yet again, once again.
Always giving you the real, one fragrance at a time. It's TLTG reviews, baby.
Starting with a $15 to $20 darling from Lattafa that really gets forgotten about. There was a moment when it had some hype. It's kind of like La Nuit de l'Homme Bleu Electrique, only more aquatic. I would say strong similarity, but not an exact dupe of. We're talking about Ejaazi Intensive Silver from Lattafa. This stuff is actually like really, really good. Cardamom, marine notes, a little bit of violet. It's a little powdered, aquatic, hint of spice, a touch of green. It's very aromatic, not super soapy, but a little bit. Man, this smells good. Nice hit of violet too, and not really a heavy petroleum smell, but a distinctive violet smell. This is one that I don't know, for some reason gets forgotten about because, like I said, these Middle Eastern fragrances, they churn them out. Everything's a cash grab. Everything's about $1. It's all a business, right? And this is just like super gold. Like, even though the color's not gold, this is gold. It is really cheap. It's an above average performer. It's highly versatile, super likable, high compliment factor, easy to like, mass appealing fragrance. You know, under 20 bucks. Yes, it's still worth grabbing today. From Lattafa, we've got Ejaazi Intensive Silver. Now, I wear a lot of afternoon swim clones, and lately I've been wearing Sunset Swim from Luciano just to reach back for it. I wear Adonis Icarus from Rayhan, probably the most recently, but that doesn't change that Quatre, Northstag, Paris Corner, isn't still really good. Beautiful mandarin orange here, super bright. This is probably the freshest of the bunch when it comes to the afternoon swim clones that I have. Yeah, this is probably the brightest and the freshest. This is still my favorite one of the bunch. If I had to just keep one, even though I've been wearing Adonis Icarus a lot lately, if I just had to keep one, it would probably still be this one. And Broxton Fresh, musky, bright ginger, mandarin orange, done to perfection. Love it. It's synthetic, sure. It's not a natural smell, but it's a average to slightly above average performer in longevity. Really, really bright and loud for about 45 minutes to an hour. Just really, really good stuff. It's still my favorite afternoon swim cologne. I still think it's worth getting. If you're going to get one, this is still the one that gets my personal vote. From Paris Corner, we've got Northstag Quatre. Actually wore this as my scent of the day yesterday. This is still a monster for compliments and performance. You can get it around 30 bucks, sometimes under 30 these days. We're talking about the original, the OG himself, Rasasi Hawas, with all the Hawas flankers that are phenomenal. This is still, some people's argument for the best of the line. I think it's at minimum still top 5 in its own line. It's amazing. Smells like Invictus. I do prefer ice a little bit more. I enjoy fire quite a bit. Tropical has gotten a ton of wear for me. Lately, I've been really on Cobra's jock. That shit's amazing. And I don't even like Imagination, but I like Hawas Cobra. But this one, there's still something magical about it. It's really strong, out in the air. It's really attractive. Up close, sure. Smells cheap and synthetic, just like sniffing a Club de Nuit Intense Man fragrance up close. Smells cheap and synthetic. A lot of these do. But you let it work its magic, get out in the air in your sillage. It's going to pull some people in. It'll grab you some compliments. This is one of the all-time greats for getting compliments. It's still really good. It's cheaper than it's ever been. It's still worth it. From Rasasi, we've got the original Hawas. A very popular, long discontinued at this point, YSL L'Homme flanker was Ultime, and Rasasi hit us with Essential, and this had some hype for a little while, and you know what? It's still hype worthy. That's still a really good DNA. That dusty, dry rose ginger combo with some of the woodiness and aromatics from L'Homme's DNA. This smells really accurate to it. I think it's quite close, and it loses prime really easy. See how many sprays it took to get that up? I sprayed it a couple of weeks ago. It loses prime so fast. Not everything's going to be perfect, but boy, that smells good. That ginger's gotten a bit richer over time as it's macerated. I mean, I've had this for a while. Got a little tiny dent in it. It's not something I really reach for often. Hell, I have the original. I don't reach for it often, but any of you that are looking for that and or forgot about it, there was a time this was getting a lot of love because it came out not too long after L'Homme Ultime got discontinued. L'Homme Ultime got a lot of love when it was on the market and during that early period of it getting discontinued. And if you want a really close resemblance, this is still a really good pickup, and I believe it's still under $30. Average performance. It's good shit from Rasasi. We've got Essential for Men. With Angel Share being a clone to Death DNA, my personal favorite is still Dumont's Celerio Epic. This is a monster performer. The quality is really good. It's really warm and spicy. Of course, you get that hit of booze. It's ambery and sweet. Whew, but the cinnamon is the star of the show here. God, that's strong coming out the atomizer. Still, like top 3 from the house, not just from this particular line. Man, it's been a little while since I've sprayed it myself. Dumont's still got some bangers. Just because you may not see people talking about them all that much doesn't mean they aren't still a house full of incredible inspired fragrances. This being one of them, I think this is one of the best they've put out. I do think it's elite level when it comes to kind of inspired by, taking and manipulating, slightly manipulating that Angel Share DNA. I think it's better than stuff like Camaro, which is not exactly Angel Share either. It's on the sweeter side, and they have some great Camaro flankers. Those are super popular. That's why I bring those up. But Dumont Celerio Epic, don't forget, nuclear performer, incredible smell, quality's pretty good. Stuff's really good. I know, it's kind of getting played out to talk about things that smell like Aventus, and this never really fully smells like Aventus or Hachivat. It kind of smells like a little of both and kind of a little of its own thing because it's a black currant bomb. It's an oak moss bomb. It is Supremacy not only intense, it is still worth a pickup. It's a monster performer. It's super masculine, and even though it's on the slightly heavier, darker side of things, totally rock this one in the summertime. I've rocked it every summer since I've gotten it. I periodically get on a kick with this one, and I'll wear it 2 or 3 times, then it'll get shelved, then I'll wear it 2 or 3 times, then it'll get shelved. But this is still so freaking good. This is an amazing fragrance that deserves attention still to this day. Especially if you're a fan of black currant and you like oak moss. It's very much a heavy chypre. Heavy on the chypre, not on the pineapple. It's smoky to a certain extent, but not the birch heavy type of smoke, more than that dark inkiness from the heavy black currant with kind of some smokiness coming off of the oak moss. Again, it's a bomb of the both of them. That's why I keep bringing it up. But really, really good stuff. Still to this day is Afnan Supremacy, not only intense. There was a time when I was giving this Dior Homme Intense clone a lot of love. This is more like the old original formulas of Dior Homme Intense. It's not crazy, crazy sweet. And no, because you're going to ask me, and even though I'm saying this, I'm still going to get asked, aside from Jay, if you see Celtics over everything, Jay's my resident smartass. He's just he's entertaining himself. He thinks he's funny. So besides that profile, anybody else that still asks me about this, I might block you because you're not fucking paying attention, and that shit gets on my nerves. So, with that said, no, I've never smelled Cayenne Classic because I don't own it, because I've never felt the need, because Camaro Homme Intense and the Pandora Sense line Paris Corner is so freaking good. Monster performer, nice and powdery, lipsticky type of iris. It's just the right amount of sweet woods, not really heavy on the spice. You get some muskiness, that Embrette seed kind of muskiness. Man, which is more so like old, like, say 07 or something like that, or 09, whatever year it was, the first Dior Homme Intense. It's more like that formula than the newer versions that came out in your 2010s, 2011, 12 range, the Dior Homme Intense 2020, and so on. Like, that's all kind of a similar formula. This is the previous formula, I find. There it is. Yeah, it's much more balanced. Almost more in the range of original Dior Homme, the way that's balanced, but it clearly leans more Dior Homme Intense, vintage style Dior Homme Intense. I still think it's really good. If you're looking for a phenomenal version of Dior Homme Intense, I still think this is great. Again, I've never smelled Cayenne Classic. I wish everybody that asks me anytime I talk about any Dior Hommes, I wish everybody could see me say this. I've never smelled it. I've never owned it. I've never been compelled to buy it. You're not going to convince me. Somebody go, oh, but you really should. It's a banger. Big 5-ounce bottle of Dior Homme Intense and a phenomenal Dior Homme Intense clone. I'm good. I don't need more than that, and neither do you. If you love K-On Classic, you roll with it. But if you don't have one and you value my opinion, this is really freaking good. Again, Paris Corner's Pandora Sense line. We've got Camaro Homme Intense. One I used to give a ton of praise to. A very close representation of one of my top 2 from Amouage. Reflection Man. Elite stuff. And I got to tell you, Khadlaj Shiyaaka, or as it's known as Shiyaka Red, it's actually just called Shiyaaka. It's the original. This is still really good. I still find it a little bit more on the lang-a-lang than the original, but you still get that herbal green, powdered white floral, woodiness, all the elements, and really good quality, honestly. I mean, not Amouage's level, but pretty damn good quality and phenomenal performance of Reflection Man. It's right here. See, that's Reflection Man. Very, very, very rare will you hear me say, you can get away with the clone. You don't necessarily have to have the original. You'll never hear me say, take a Amouage clone over an Amouage fragrance. I can't do that. I just love that brand too damn much. They are phenomenal. Phenomenal. We're talking AJ Styles P1 type of phenomenal here, okay? But if you don't want to spend the money or can't spend the money, the reality being more so can't spend the money, not just don't want to. You're shortchanging yourself on true perfume artistry if you don't want to. That's your choice. But if you can't, you don't have to admit to me if you can't. If you can't and you want to get something really close, this is still the one, in my opinion. Really good representation of Reflection Man is Khadlaj Shiyaaka. With all the flankers that have come out of this one, and the recent, I've been hearing discontinuation of Ultra Male. I'm not confirming nor denying. That's what I heard. I heard Randy mention it recently. I think that makes 9 p.m. from Afnan all the more valuable because, honestly, I've always liked this more than Afnan. This is one of those rare times where I just say get the clone of the original. I know it's blasphemy to some. This is for a long time, it was my main example of the rare instance that I think a clone can be better than an original. I like the apple fruitiness more than the pear, believe it or not, of Ultra Male. And I do, of course, I've had a bottle of Ultra Male for years. I find the quality's a little bit better. This is a monster performer. It's got all that sweetness, nice hit of cinnamon. It's much more fruity because it's a green apple note versus pear. Pear is fruity but not super sweet, like apple is a much sweeter note. It's still gorgeous. And with the recent Night Out, God, that's a banger. The newest flanker. The previous one, the Elixir. Rebel's really good. I mean, they got a good thing going with this line, but let's not forget the original is elite level cloning. It is. It took a beloved sweet designer and made a better version because Jean Paul Gaultier fragrances are highly synthetic. So if you want to come with a little bit better quality oils, you could outdo them. I think they outdid them here. Let's not forget, this is still worth the money, and it's cheap. This was sub $30 these days. Easy to find, easy to like. It's Afnan 9 p.m. Last but not least, I talked about it the other day. I try to keep the hype alive on this one myself because it's my favorite inspired version of Aventus. We already talked about one thing that smells like Aventus, but kind of isn't. This smells like Aventus, but also kind of isn't, but more so than not only Intense. Club de Nuit Intense Man, limited edition, Parfum. The reason I say that, this one's fruity. This is the fruitiest in the line, so it makes it the most like Aventus, but it's still that smoky magic. The lemon, still the biggest separator versus actual Aventus, but this one has less lemon than the other ones. It's got a lot of pineapple and apple, which really make up some ground with the being closer to Aventus stuff. Man, I love this fragrance. I always have. Smoky magic. I will always love this fragrance. One of my most complimented ever. One of my favorite scent profiles to sniff on my damn self. Beast mode performance. You're going to spend $50 to $60 range on this one. Worth every friggin' penny. Every penny. And for you fellas that'll get this and say, man, I don't know what y'all talking about. It smells like lemon cleaner or furniture polish to me. Okay. Try this, because a lot of you guys are shallow and like the ego boost, and a compliment will change your entire fucking outlook on a fragrance. You may say, oh, it smells like furniture polishing, and you'll go out in public and 5 people will tell you how good you smell. Ask you, oh my God, this and that, and you will change your shit quick, fast, in a hurry to how much of a banger this is. Oh my God, you gotta wear this. You will change your tune. I'm not saying it's all of you, but I am calling out some of you because that's the level of perfume love y'all got. It's trash. It smells. Who would want to wear this shit? This shit's terrible. Then you get 5 or 6 compliments. My God, this is the greatest fucking fragrance in my collection. What a banger. I would pay $200 for this. Fact. That is some people. And look, if that's your game, I ain't hating the player. I'm going to hate the game. But you got to give this one a chance. Because honestly, I've always found it charming that it has this kind of lemon cleaner. And it's more so the original. The EDT's the most synthetic, the cheapest smelling of the bunch. But that's the original Smoky Magic. That's the original massive compliment getter. It's the original. This refines it, smooths it out, makes it better in every way, in my opinion. I think this is the elite version of that fragrance. And I think it still deserves the love. I love it. Always have, always will. Armaf's Club de Nuit Intense Man, limited edition Parfum. Well, that's my 10 past hyped clone fragrances. They've had their moments in time throughout the years, some in more recent years, some in longer ago, but I think they're all still worth grabbing today. Just because we get flooded with new clones every other month, every week, every day. Click my TikTok link. This is the best I've ever smelled of this, and it's this, Pacific Chill clone number 37. But it's the best one. Because it's the newest one, right? That's not always the case, guys. Sometimes that is the case, but that's not always the case. I would say it's 50-50. And in my opinion, these are proof of that. Again, it's just my opinion. Take it with a grain of salt. Be big boys and girls and blind buy at your own risk. I just sure appreciate you giving me some of your time and checking out the video. There's links down below if you want to take that risk and blind buy anything. Make sure to like and subscribe before you leave, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a good one.